Have you ever heard the sound a scalpel makes as it slides over bone? It's eerie, like a knife scraping against a hollow rock. The bone isn't as solid as you might think, and the sound reminds me of nails on a chalkboard or sidewalk chalk dragged on pavement. It's a strange noise that sends shivers down your spine. Years ago, my wife's death left me haunted. That night, I was awakened by a scraping noise, unlike anything I'd heard before. The department had been investigating a series of brutal murders, and the killer seemed to be targeting victims in my area. These heinous crimes involved victims with their faces skinned down to the bone. No pattern, no connection between the victims, just the brutality of their deaths. Exhausted from the ongoing investigation, I finally got a chance to sleep in my own bed. But that night, the scraping sound woke me up. It was an alien sound, like a nail dragged across a window. As I tried to move, I realized I was paralyzed, unable to help my wife, who seemed to be having a nightmare. My eyes were drawn to the mirror, and the sight froze me in terror. There, in the reflection, I saw a towering creature crouched over my wife. Its large head resembled a distorted baby doll, covered by a grotesque mask. The creature's fingers, long and claw-like, glided over her face, drawing blood. Powerless and trapped, I watched as the creature's fingers made a gruesome circuit, cutting deep into her flesh. The victims of the recent murders flashed through my mind, their faces skinned down to the bone, left to die in agony. The creature seemed to take pleasure in its terrible work. When it finished, the creature devoured my wife's face, leaving behind a mask-like visage that resembled someone we had found dead days before. Its eyes, overly expressive and blue, held a gaze that chilled me to the core. Then, without a second look, it vanished through the window. The horror continued as suspicion fell upon me. Colleagues and investigators doubted my account, considering me a suspect or a man driven mad by grief. But I knew what I had seen and embarked on my own investigation. I ventured into the abandoned underground station, the rumored lair of the creature. In the pitch-black tunnels, my fear intensified. I heard unsettling scurrying and imagined the creature's sharp fingers crawling above me. As I pressed forward, I stumbled upon a blood-stained handprint and followed the trail. Deeper into the tunnels, I faced my own confrontation with the creature. It attacked me, slamming my head against the floor. When I woke, my face was being peeled away, my own features in its hands. It devoured my wife's face and replaced it with mine. Injured and weak, I managed to escape and was eventually found by authorities. But no one believed my horrific ordeal, dismissing it as a delusion caused by trauma. Now, I share this warning. If you live in the area plagued by these horrors, leave. Escape the concrete apartments and the city itself. The creature seeks faces, and it will stop at nothing to fulfill its sinister desires. And as for me, I am left faceless, forever haunted by the memory of that night and the horrifying truth I uncovered.